Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Apologies for the time change. Almost couldn't change the time at one point. Completely lost all service at one point, but nonetheless, you already know if you don't get that morning, you're gonna get that afternoon definitely. Colton, what's going on? Popcorn, what's going on, my guy? Tanya, what's going on, baby? First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Hopefully, hopefully for those in the city trying to keep yourselves dry. It's been a wet morning all morning. Knows when it's gonna stop raining, but if you have to be out and about, make sure you got the proper stuff you need. Yeah, you don't need to risk getting. It's still cold and flu season, so make sure you keeping yourself healthy as well, and just getting through your day. And again, for everybody who enjoyed the holiday weekend, you know, blessings as always. Patty, what's going on, baby? Prez, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate everybody that tuned in Sunday for the conversation, and I appreciate those who was catching the replay as of recently. We definitely had a good conversation. We had a little bit of fake madness at one point, but same old regular stuff we get every other day. Um, and I'm gonna go deep today to a degree. Not too deep, but I do want to talk about a couple things. Now, for those in the city, we already know it's been a violent weekend. And it always seems, again, to come around those quote unquote holidays that you get the most ignorance and the most violence. The sad part about it is two losses of life, basically. One was a child, the other was a whole 29-year-old. Now, can you explain to me how you go into the store to do your regular routine, or you go into the store because you decide you want to pop in and grab some stuff, and that's the last thing you're able to do? Um, some probably might have seen the video. Serious, what's going on, baby? Now, I feel bad for that 29-year-old because again, still still had a lot of life left, you know. And the fact that you got shot and you're the innocent bystander on top of it. Yeah. Um, innocent bystander got hit and they showed the video and it's clear as day. Um, it was a situation between two people. It looked like one guy was trying to rob another guy in the midst of the store being crowded, and everything, it looked like it wasn't going to get as hectic. But the minute one of his peoples came in to try to help with the robbery, basically that's when things went left. And you can see from the video, this dude was grabbing some chips and got shot in the hip. And that's exactly what he died from, his injuries. He got shot in the hip. He got rushed to the hospital, but he died from his injuries. So I'm assuming it must have hit an artery. And that's sad. I'm going to grab something to eat, and that's the last thing I'm like, come on. Realist, what's going on, my guy? Tamika, what's going on, baby? Yeah, condolences, because I could only imagine that family's pain right now, you know. And the sad part is, I believe they still looking for the suspects because they don't know who exactly had the gun. They just know it was a fight where they was wrestling for the gun. The sad part about it is that for you to even have to, man, this is the ignorance you got to put up with. And I'm sorry, this is the prime example of why a cycle will never be over, because we're gonna still have shared ignorance. Now, again, the store is crowded. Why would you be bringing any type of weapon or weapons in the store? Period. You look at the video. You got a group of kids on one side. It look like they doing a little either TikTok dance or a celebration dance, Got another group of people like just doing whatever. Everybody's full of life and spirit, and then it gets ruined because of ignorance. Word, what's going on, my guy? Like it gets ruined over ignorance. Now, this is the problem, and I'm going to say this for you, quote unquote, jack boys. Y'all niggas is going to get enough of jacking people because watch, the people won't be ready to jack you at some point. I'm sorry. Because it's like instead of you trying to find another way to get a come up, you still with this. I gotta rob this nigga, and I gotta rob my own. And again, you're robbing your own brother, man, your own sister. You ain't robbing nobody else. You're robbing your own brother and sister, and for what? It don't make no sense. Now again, a loss of life, and this is somebody that wasn't even in the midst of nothing. Just wrong place, wrong time. Another thing that kind of got me tight about our community as far as our affairs and everything else is concerned. We just had a 75-year-old lady get stabbed up on Easter morning. Explain to me how is it the guy that helped her in the building, went in the elevator with her, and then turns around and stabs her multiple times. She's lucky to be alive because, again, nobody should have to worry about these kind of attacks. And my thing with this person was he had been arrested prior or he just came home recently because of some shit like that. Now, again, this is what I was talking about a while back about the revolving door. And it's not just with mental health patients. That's one thing. We're not always going to label every certain crime or certain crimes along those levels as just mental health. No, because you got some people out there that don't give a damn. They'd probably harm their own family if they had the chance to. And this is my thing. If you was able to do that to a whole woman that's old enough to be your mother, even your grandmother, what does that say about you all in all as a whole person? And I don't think the guy got caught yet. But the fact that, again, this was something that was your MO, you shouldn't have got through that revolving door in the first place. Which is a prime example of what I was telling people. We got to start really voicing our opinions and start standing on shit the way we supposed to. Our community shouldn't be suffering the way it's suffering. And it's not saying, oh, you can save everybody, but we should be able to save those who need the saving or those who need the protection. Again, since when has it ever been cool, again, to have somebody lose life when they just go into the store, prime example, to grab something to eat on a late night? It makes no sense. Keith, what's going on, my guy? Who else popped up in here? My bad. Susanna, what's going on, baby? Papa Will, what's going on, my guy? Yes, yes. Taco burritos, taco burritos. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's sad. Again, our communities is we lacking unity. Again, there was just some things that we didn't fall for the trap. We didn't allow it to happen. A 2-year-old boy got shot in the hip. Explain to me how that happens. You know, shit like this. I'm sorry to sound like that, but it's stuff like that that ticks me off. And I feel bad because, again, if somebody would have been around or somebody would at least been on that elevator, prime example with that lady, I don't think he would have attacked. And if he would have had hell to pay. No doubt, Pop, I hear you. Shay, what's going on, baby? You know, but this is what I'm saying. It's real sad, again, that, again, a young man ain't even turned 30 yet, lost his life. It's sad that a lady that was in her 70s almost lost her life. All this was on Easter, between Easter morning and Easter evening, going into that Monday. My phone was going off with so many different stories, and it just didn't make no sense. It didn't. But that part right there didn't make no sense. The fact that a boy got shot in the hip and he's only 2 years old. This is another prime example of why people need to stop always resorting to gun violence. Stop resorting to that hot hand. You know, because look what happens. Now you're not even hitting your target. You're hitting anybody. See, and we want to say that is some of the youth. Yeah, some of it is the youth because they're the main ones running around. But who's supplying the youth with the damn with the arsenal? I'll wait for that one. That's why I said when it comes to certain things, I can't just say it's the youngins. No, you got some adults too that's encouraging and pushing that same old bullshit. Whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. They are still pushing that same old madness. If y'all don't shut up, y'all not getting past this damn truck. My bad, y'all. Damn. I swear I hate that they made this streets kind of narrower. You're not getting past the truck, my guy. You could have drove past it. Stupid son of a. My bad. I don't see how you got space and don't drive around it, fool. Oh no! Don't tell me somebody in there. How you? Oh, somebody else is double parked. Oh shoot! Word, like come on, bro. You could have drove around that. You got it. Yeah, you got enough space to drive around that. Come on, son. My bad. I hate that. That's annoying in my ear. Beep 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 beep. Stop double parking. You know these streets is narrow right now. My bad. Yeah, that shit is annoying. Word, like come on, son. Could have drove around that truck. It's not double park. Double park. Nah, these people need to get slapped because I'm telling you, certain things in my area changed up, even down to the side blocks. It's not as wide as it used to be. So when you know for a fact somebody is going to be coming down this way, I don't think you should be double parking in these narrow ass streets. But it's neither here nor there. But it is a sad notion again. This person not coming home to their family after probably having a good time out. It's sad that that lady had to spend her Easter in the hospital getting stitches and everything else because of this type of attack too. And see, this is why I said to a degree, some of you men are going to have to start being men in these communities, regardless to how you may feel. There is people who do need protection. There are people who shouldn't have to worry about loss of life or almost losing life because of the ignorance and the stupidity. Like again, that's like me having a positive event, and in the same token, I'm allowing all the negative to come inside. What you think gonna happen? At some point, there's gonna be a fight that breaks out. But again, I'm gonna speak to my brothers too. Some of y'all have to learn to again stop trying to rob your own and belittle your own. And that right there was almost a moment because I'm looking at the video and he looked like he was trying to just go in his guy's pockets randomly. Like the guy wasn't having it. But again, we still don't know who had the gun. We just know that it was a struggle for a gun when the third person came in to try to quote unquote intervene on that situation. Frugal, what's going on, baby? And then this is a sad reality that we are really living in right now. Nobody wants to stand up for the right thing, but you'll cry them up about all the bad things happening. Well, if you're not going to be a part of some form of change, don't expect to just cry and think everything is going to fall in your lap. No. Now, see, this is another thing I didn't get. Now, I could have remembered the story. They was having a rally about gun violence, and again, gun violence erupts during that. So this is what I'm saying. How does that work? How is it I'm trying to do something for the betterment? I'm trying to do something that I know for a fact that people can come together on. And in that same token, you're messing it up again with your ignorance and your violence. Not everybody is meant to have a gun, and I see why. Because some of you are really bishop and y'all really bishop and juice happy, like for real. You really get trigger happy and don't want to put that gun down. And some of it you don't put, some of y'all not going to put them down. Why? Because you already know when you do put it down, you done lost your basic strength right now. Because there's some of y'all that, sorry, not going to be great hand-to-hand combat, but that still don't make no difference. I'd rather lose a fight every day or at least get some wins and losses than I just got to resort to the gun. I got to resort to taking out my own brother and sister for something that's only, again, momentary gain. Together, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. But I'm speaking to my brothers today. Why is it we feel so impactful only when it comes time to doing something against each other? We don't give no sort of uplifting, no sort of positiveness or anything when it comes to that. But when it comes down to breaking down or robbing your brother or your sister, y'all got all the energy in the world. Y'all happy. Y'all like little kids in the candy store. Why? Because you see it's an easy opportunity, but in certain instances, it's not going to be easy. Look at some of these people right now and I ain't talking about the people that's robbing their own people, the people just robbing everybody, period. You see what's happening to some of them now. Marlene, what's going on, baby? Now, prime example. We done had some situations where y'all want to keep robbing and trying to steal from the people in your community. Guess what? The people ain't gonna keep tolerating that shit no more. Some of y'all are actually gonna learn the hard way because that could be a loss of your life or somebody around you. Because it don't make sense. Like we have golden opportunities to do different things and be better people regardless to what. And again, I don't get no thrill off of I gotta rob my own I gotta rob my own people. I don't get no thrill and satisfaction off that. Even if I was in the streets, like how some people are, I still wouldn't get no thrill on that. What am I gaining by robbing somebody that again is working 9 to 5? What am I gaining by trying to rob somebody just because they got certain things that I wish I would have had? If anything, that's going to motivate me to try to find a way to get it and not have to scheme on you. All right, well, I see this person is doing right for themselves. Well, they doing all right for themselves, and let me see what I can find to make myself all right. And see, the problem with some of you, I want to say it again, you want to be in the streets, right? There's going to be some of you who you think it's a game until you end up really getting caught, and now you have to do your sentence. Again, you're going to end up being judged by people that you don't want to be judged by. You're going to be all right. Sorry. Don't cry. Don't mope. Don't try to say that the system failed you. No, you failed yourself. And this is a problem now with some of y'all not taking accountability even when you do get caught. You're still trying to blame this situation on somebody else. 755, what's going on, baby? BDBGP, what's going on, my guy? You know, this is what I'm saying. Like, at what point do you say, you know what, this ain't working? You know, we need to start making, we need to start at least thinking carefully. Again, stop robbing your own. Because it's sad. You keep on the same repetitive cycle of violence and ignorance. You know, and that's the sad part about it. Nobody should not have to worry about these type of crimes happening. And if those crimes do happen, guess what? That person wasn't getting away. That person was not getting but so far. You think a baby's supposed to get hurt, prime example, and they supposed to leave the vicinity? Hell no. But nowadays it's being glorified. It's being glorified on the things that we used to look down on and really used to stand against. I swear it's like a reversal of fortune, a reversal of time. My bad, y'all. I gotta drink this damn coffee before it get too cold. Oh no, it ain't gonna get cold yet. My bad. I forgot I just made this pot, baby. But like, come on now. It's sickening to me, and it is. It's sickening because again, how could you allow certain things to happen again when a child got hurt, especially if it was due to gun violence? Oh, that person wasn't leaving out the hood, and if he did, even if they got away out the scene, they was not getting out of anywhere without being ran down on or being caught. Don't make sense. Now we glorifying everything, glorifying. Might not want to hear it, but it's the truth. You're glorifying self-destruction and glorifying self-hate. And in the grandest of all schemes, again, guess who ends up suffering? Oh, I'm gonna talk about something else too. Because this kind of definitely triggered me. And this was another thing I was talking about a while back about people being responsible, right? But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Again, for my young brothers out there, my young sisters out there, it is time for some of y'all to grab onto the chains of time and start making the right corrections in your life. You don't have time to be wasting. You can't go backwards in time. You could only move forward. But in that same token, you need to know what you're moving forward with. Am I moving forward with something that's going to be beneficial for me and my family? Am I moving forward with something that's going to give me some sort of spiritual peace and give me a form of humbleness? Or if I was already humble, if I'm moving in a light that's going to be something, what am I bringing along with it? What am I bringing outside of just my positive spirit? What am I bringing? What am I going to bring to the table? That's the things you need to worry about. See, the problem with some people, again, you banking on everybody else's success. You can't bank on somebody's success when it comes down to how you live life. Everybody is supposed to find some way, some niche in their life to where they make their own decisions, they make the careful decisions, but also make those decisions that's going to be impactful. 702, what's going on, baby? Yeah, you already heard that. You already heard the little clink, clink, clink. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, 755. We got you. We got you. No, but you got to think about that. Like, let's keep it a buck. We got so much to gain and so much to give, but what do we really gain? Like, again, what do you gain from harming your brother or sister? I could wait on that answer because I got time. But that's a question that should be seriously asked. What are you getting out of harming your own brothers and sisters? Especially those who are probably still in the same struggle as you. You gonna rob somebody that might, just because they got something or they got something you might want at that time frame, you're gonna rob them and they probably worked hard to get that. Go on now. What do you gain out of that? It's not bringing you no spiritual peace. It's not bringing. Only thing it's bringing you is false happiness when you're doing that against your people. But it's also showing that you can't be trusted by your people. And we ain't just talking about the scammers, because that's another thing. Oh, for some of y'all, be careful, especially those who might have been veterans. Prime example. They are finding newer and craftier ways to scam people out of their hard-earned money. And even down to the people who serve the country. This is the shit you got to worry about. Letitia, what's going on, baby? Get that money, girl. You already know what it is. Appreciate y'all for tuning in on this wet Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Hopefully it do stop rain. I gotta go back outside for something. Oh, for those who think Simba ain't good, he's good. Uh-huh. He good. Just being light skinned as always. James, what's going on, my guy? But we gotta get out that mindset that that's a joy and that's something that should be glorified. We robbing and killing and stealing from our own people. See, and then some of y'all will be those same people who try to cry about everybody else. Oh, the white man this, the Chinese this. What about y'all? Then we just had this conversation about people not taking accountability even within their own community. How do you cry and mope about something, but you're not trying to be a part of the change? It's like you want to do it, but then you don't want to do it. Some of y'all don't want to do it because you fear what everybody else is going to say and think about you, but you shouldn't. Riaz, what's going on, my guy? That's just like prime example. If you're making great changes and strides in your life for the better, right? You can't focus and worry about what everybody else thinks. You have to keep yourself solely focused on the big picture at hand. Some people might move away from you the minute you start, moving in a certain direction. That's a part of life because not everybody's going to be able to stay close to you. Not everybody's going to be able to come with you when you're on your way up. The ones who are coming with you, they're going to have a blueprint on their own on how to get their peoples up and going, just like you would. That's what you need to focus on. I just had a conversation with somebody this morning that felt conflicted, and I told them straight up, you're only feeling conflicted because you done made specific changes in your life, whether they religious changes or not, don't matter. You're making changes in your life, and you're seeing that certain people are going to remain the same and still do the same thing. While you're moving up, some of those people ain't going to have no way to move up. They're not going to want to move up. And I feel this is a bad part again when the only time we seem to be happy as a whole, as a community, is when we all in the same struggle together. The minute some of us start rising, we start self-hating each other, and then we start hating ourselves. Like, come on now. Like, I'm not going to hate on the next man if he's getting a greater opportunity than me. Shit, I'm going to applaud that brother. Look, congratulations, bro. Just keep yourself focused and keep doing what you do. That's the most I can do. When I'm going to sit there and get mad, oh, this motherfucker think he better than me. Oh, they think they bougie now. I'm not going to be doing all of that. Listen, I'm happy when I see people are actually rising up to the occasion, no matter what it is they're doing in life, no matter what the occupation is, whether you self-employed or whether you're employed by somebody. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working harder than that nigga beeping his horn earlier, baby. But again, even in that notion right there, why do we always get upset when somebody around us, especially our own, start rising up to the occasion? Why do we get upset about that? Why is that always a problem? See, again, that's where jealousy and envy will rear its head. I feel like this: if I'm making a change that I know is going to be beneficial for the long run, I don't got time to be worrying about what people think about me, what they say about me, or anything. As long as they ain't trying to do nothing to me, I'm happy. And even if I feel they're going to try to do something, I'm still going to be on point like I'm supposed to. Oh, and I started back raining hard again. I guess I ain't going out this afternoon. But in the same token, again, we got to get out that mindset of harming our own makes us bigger and badder. No, don't. It just make us look more foolish. And again, it makes people not trust you. And guess what? Some of these people you try to rob or you try to commit foul acts to, at some point you're going to get that karma back. That wall is going to hit you harder than you at least expected. When it does, you have to accept accountability. Like, didn't we just have a convo a couple weeks back about the dude crying and moping, saying that the justice system was yada 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 and he racist? No, bro, you just did a whole bunch of stuff that you shouldn't have did. You got in trouble for abduction, violence, everything along those boards. You had more than 7, 8 charges on you. How you gonna sit here and say that it's racist or the system is racist? No, it's you. It's you being foolish and not taking accountability. And that's a lot of y'all. There's gonna be a lot of y'all that I'm sorry. Y'all gonna get locked up and you're gonna think that it's gonna be a smooth ride until you realize you ain't gonna have much. You think all these people gonna hold you down when your ass go to jail? Guess what? You'll find out the hard way. Even down to your closest friends. They will leave you high and dry. Now, some of them, they might still ride with you during that bid, but guess what? They still got a life to live as well, too. So you can't expect them to drop everything because you either need something or you want something. And again, who feels comfortable behind a cold cell or behind a glass window talking to their loved ones? Like, come on, that man. Some of y'all really need to stop putting yourselves in dangerous positions again, especially when you know you got a family. Again, you should be thinking about the most important things before you just go out there and commit these outrageous acts and thinking that it's not going to be no consequences. You might get away with certain things, might get away with it for a while, but at some point you will get caught because if you don't slip up, somebody that really feels a danger will come out the woodworks and will let the whole bag loose on you. Oh, he snitched on me. No, ain't no snitching. If a civilian seen something, a civilian has a right to say something. It's almost like how they tell us now. If you see a suspicious bag or you see this, let somebody know something, 'cause you never know what could be in that bag. And by you not saying nothing or by you not acting on nothing, this is what you're gonna get. So again, stop calling civilians snitches when civilians are doing what they're supposed to be doing as civilians. It makes no sense. But again, you're gonna sit here and say that the system is racist, but meanwhile, you got 6 to 8 charges on you, and all of them was not good charges at all. So you got assault with a weapon, um, abduction, kidnapping, robbery, home invasion, and something else. So you're gonna try to tell me you were supposed to beat all of these charges and just go home? No, you got mad because you got sentenced with a hard one. And then you got an extra 8 years on your sentence because you really had the nerve to have that outburst in front of the judge and everything. And guess what? They ain't gonna be playing around with y'all. For those who are gonna be going back and forth in these courtrooms, they ain't gonna be playing no more, especially after that situation with the female judge getting attacked. Now look, with that fool that did what he did, now you got an extra additional charge on you because you attacked the damn judge and a woman on top of that. This is what I be saying with some of y'all. Y'all need to really start getting in control of your emotional patterns before you start going out in the world and doing anything. Because what essentially are you doing but ruining your own life? And I'm gonna speak to y'all followers too, because there's a lot of y'all that you'll follow somebody even when they doing the utmost wrong. You'll follow them damn near to their graves because you want to be down so bad. But guess what? That's gonna be your downfall too. Being a follower. That's going to always be your downfall. Being a follower and not being your own thinker, not being your own person. I just spoke about that a while back. Some of y'all need to start thinking for yourself. If you're around some people and they're doing things that you're not comfortable with or that you're not accustomed to, you need to kindly distance yourself. Like, why be around a bunch of people that's robbing and stealing even from their own people when you know it's wrong? Should somebody be around me if I'm scamming the people, like literally like doing what these people are doing now, scamming bank accounts and shit like that? No, I wouldn't expect nobody to be around me except for those scammers and those ones. But guess what? Remember that old code, because it's a code that most people are living by now. Ain't no honor amongst no damn thieves at all. It's not no honor amongst thieves nor killers. And whatever honor was there, it went out the window. Because again, we're allowing kids to get shot at or get shot. And we're not talking about no teens. No, we're talking about babies. So babies are allowed to get shot and nobody gets arrested right then and there. Nobody gets that punishment right then and there. So we're allowing an 8-year-old boy too to lose his life over some madness, right? It's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm telling you, my news report thing was going on so much between Sunday and yesterday. It just was too much. But again, that's sad. It's sad when, again, the main people that's going to suffer are those ones who are coming behind us. Some of these people are going to be hit with traumatic experiences before they get a certain age, which is sad because that right there will kind of play into how they live the rest of their life. There's nothing, again, there's nothing to glorify when it comes to, again, that type of behavior. There's nothing to be glorified. What? Saying that you was a street nigga and you did everything? Okay. How much time did you have to do too? So I'm saying, like, you're not thinking. Every little critical decision that you make that's not going to be beneficial, every critical decision that you make that's just going to be a downfall for you, is going to hit you hard. Like, I hope they find that guy that stabbed that lady because, again, how the fuck was you able to even have that notion to think that? See, you got some people again, that ain't just mental health. You got some people who are really just psychopathic and evil like that. This is why it's always important, even for some of you elder folks right now who might not have nobody around you, to make sure you're being visually safe on everything. If something don't seem right, try to get yourself out of it. And I feel bad, and I hope that lady does heal from her injuries. Because it's sad. Stabbed her in the head and in the hand for what? And it's crazy because the whole video, even the one that I seen that didn't make the news because they cut up certain parts, it's sad. Like, what was really on your mindset that morning to do that to somebody that was probably about to be amongst family and have a good time? Don't make sense. We're allowing people like this to be running around our neighborhoods and it's unsafe. No, when we have situations where shit is looking unsafe and unsavory, we have to start standing up. And we got to hold those accountable who are trying to help those ones who did the foul stuff. Like, you got some people who are trying to help these people knowing they just got finished killing somebody. So I'm trying to help you out for the night. Or stop enticing that. Stop encouraging it, and don't co-sign it. You did something that you know for a fact is morally wrong. You need to stand up on it. Take your accountability as a man should, or as a woman should. Because I'm not going to say it's just the men committing these crimes. Got women too. We just had recent situations with women either shooting at each other, fighting each other, or doing whatever. They just said a 25-year-old pregnant mother just got shot. Make that make sense if you're pregnant. This is what I'm saying. So we're allowing kids to get shot. We're allowing unborn babies and mothers to get shot. Like, come on now. When do we stop the madness? We're allowing teenagers to get cut, jumped. We just had a situation, yesterday? Fight broke out in another school. Fight broke out, and people being arrested. This is why I said it's too much going on in this world as it is now. For a lot of you parents, you really are going to have to do more visual and more safety tips, because they're going to need to be practiced now. Because some of the things that shouldn't be transpiring in your kids' schools is transpiring now. I think those 5 people that got arrested that last situation with the big school fight, I don't think those 5 people went to that school. They probably went with the intent on doing something to somebody, and it backfired. Now all of y'all sitting up for what? So I'm saying it's too much going on, even down to your kids' schools. Start being more visual and more alert. Things that, again, children should never have to worry about, especially if it's supposed to be a safe haven and a place for education, is becoming madness right now. Forget just what they trying to teach and instill to the kids. The fact that your kids got to worry about possible gun violence, knife violence, or anything along those lines when it comes to weapons, that is a problem. Got some of these schools getting metal detectors, and they still not serving their purpose because people are still finding ways to bring weapons into a facility. There's a lot of things need to start cracking back down on. But again, it's about time to start making your community at least a little bit safer and more pleasant. Same thing with your kids' schools. Start making, when you just look at in New York City alone, I can name at least a couple schools right now that was at one point they was at the top, and they was at the most prestige levels as far as education and everything else and opportunity. A couple of them schools done faded out already or phased out. The ones that didn't phase out, they done got worse and worse. When again, you got a principal that don't want to come out their damn office, that's how you know a school is definitely going for the bad. This is why they closing down a lot of schools, or they phasing these schools, or they combining some of these schools together. You know, and this is a crazy thing. Again, nobody should have to worry about that. And no child should have to worry about, am I going to make it home today? Am I going to be able to have a peaceful day without it being some outside madness outside of what it already is? You know, it's just bad enough your kids are not properly being educated. And also, it doesn't fit the criteria that, again, they are surrounded by a whole bunch of other kids with different psyches, personalities, behaviors, so on and so forth. Like I was just saying the other day, it could be a class full of 30 kids. At least 10 of those kids, 10 to 15, I would say at best, are going to try to at least sit down and learn what they need to learn. The other half ain't going to do that. They're gonna be a distraction one way or another. Either they're gonna be the class clown, the class bully, or whatever. So again, even with that notion right there, you gotta still be visual and on point. But again, making sure that your kids are keeping themselves around the right type of people. Make sure that your kids is not getting into the madness that they don't really need to get into, especially if it's on the street level. Main thing to remember too is making sure that your kids just have a safety zone, regardless that they can actually be in. They don't have to worry about the day-to-day nonsense that we go through. We are supposed to be solely building it, not just for ourselves, but for the future that's coming behind us. We are supposed to be the blueprint and the trendsetters, right? And that's what we're going to continue to keep trying to do, be the trendsetters as far as trying to make moves and changes, whether it be just motivational speaking or it's actual footwork being done. It doesn't matter. The fact that something is being done for change should be, should be respected. And it should also be expected too, because guess what? We're not going to sit in that same rut forever. I would start really saying, for those who need to hear that, again, you better start getting on call and start getting on board with the things that are important. And again, safety will always be the most important thing, because how can you do anything in life when you're not safe or comfortable? Another thing I was going to bring up that ticked me off. I know some of y'all probably heard that news about the parents. They 8-month old baby overdosed over fentanyl and something else that was in his system. I'm more mad because that baby didn't even get a whole year on this earth and had to be around some real negligent, poor ass parents. First things first, if they was locked up for something like this recently, how the hell did she manage to get out and have that baby? And you know what's sad? Even the coroner said the same shit. This is another situation of the system failing another child. Yeah, the system will fail children too, because that quote unquote same system that's supposed to be protecting them ain't protecting them. Because how the hell do you know this person was locked up and incarcerated for a serious charge and y'all let her go home? See, the one thing I can say is this pandemic, to a degree, was a blatant curse and disrespect to us. Again, how do you bring life into the world and you're also responsible for taking that life? What was the purpose of bringing that life into the world? What was it? That child did not have to be in the midst of that. And it's sad. They also said they found the baby's DNA on some baggies or whatever they was bagging up. So that goes to show you, y'all was doing a little bit of everything around this child. Like, how the hell do you think to be around drugs and children at the same time? That's not right. And honestly, they shouldn't see the light of day again, because you just basically took out one of your blessings for something that's not even a blessing. You took out your child, basically, in my opinion, because you were so focused on the drug money and not focusing on the safety of that child. And you had an opportunity to keep yourself out of jail the whole time, had you just been doing right by your children. That don't make sense. It's sad that these kids are being born to people who are that irresponsible and that careless. And I'm going to say this for those who feel they're going to be careless and irresponsible. Again, you don't want to be responsible in any way, shape, or form. You need to give that baby up properly to somebody so that baby could get a damn chance in life. Why do y'all keep bringing life into the world if you don't give a fuck about it? Sorry to sound like that, but that shit got me tight. And that was a cute little bouncer little baby, man. Like, come on. That baby still had time to grow and be something in life. But it was cut short because of drug fiend parents. I can respect the drug fiends who did have babies and gave their kids up properly because they couldn't take care of them. I can respect that more than you just raising your child around a whole bunch of that stuff. We just had a story a while back about these two people running the daycare center and got arrested. Why? Because they bagging up fentanyl and other stuff. Now, lucky with that story, that baby didn't overdose and die, but still, it's the principle. Why are you doing certain things around these babies, man? Like, you're not going to have some form of a consequence. That would be like me working in the meth lab, but also got my baby in the meth lab. I'm taking a chance at not just myself, but my child. Why would I even do that? Whatever I think was important could wait. Sad that these people are allowed to have kids, bring them into the world, and then they don't give a damn to the point where that child done lost their life. And guess what? In my opinion, and I'm not even speaking from a religious standpoint or anything, I'm just speaking from a generalized standpoint. A lot of you end up suffering. A lot of you end up catching hell to pay behind your negligence. Don't think it's not going to seep in your mind that you brought life into the world and you also took that same life. Believe me, that creator is not happy behind that. Because what was the purpose of being irresponsible if you wasn't ready to be responsible? Kids shouldn't have to worry about losing their life before they even turn 2 years old because the parents are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, making sure that their child is straight. Come on, that's unfair. That is again unfair to that person that you're bringing into the world because they didn't ask to be here in the first place. But if you're gonna do that, then you need to probably give them up. And I mean, if you don't want to do with the pamper changing, you don't want to deal with all this extra stuff, right? Then you need to give that baby up when you need to give them up and give them to somebody that actually is going to do something for them. Because again, they have a right and an opportunity to live the way they're supposed to live. You don't get to dictate how long they stay here and how long they going to be here. No. You was going to be that irresponsible and bring that into the world, then guess what? You better be responsible enough to start taking care of what you need to take care of. You think I'm going to sit there, run around here doing whatever with whoever, and I'm not going to make sure my kid is safe? No, I'm not going to be doing that. And see, when you say things even on this lines, you got, oh, why you so invested in it? Because it's a general thesis that you need to understand. There's no reason you should be bringing life into the world if you ain't prepared to take care of that life the way you're supposed to. You're not financially ready, like I said the other day. You're not financially ready, spiritually ready, or mentally ready. Don't be irresponsible. You still have protection. You still have things you could use, contraceptives and all of that. I'm speaking on both ends. I said this before. You fellas, be careful about who you slinging the wood to. Ladies, be careful about who you giving the goods to. This is another reason why I see it's a shape and a shape shift in certain things now. And then again, when it's all said and done, there will be no accountability being taken. It's just going to be fingers being pointed. But guess what? Those fingers will point back to you. Now, in this case right here, I can't just say the system failed that child. The parents failed that child too. Because that parents had an opportunity especially while they was free to just do the right thing and raise their kid. It's crazy, man. This is this type of stories I hate because again, look who's ending up taking the big loss out of everybody. That child will never get a chance to fully grow, experience life or anything. How do you feel comfortable as a grown man or a grown woman knowing that? And there's a lot of children who were failed not just by the system, but by fucking parents. Parents, step parents don't matter. The fact that a child was failed, the fact that this is what happened as a result of them being negligent, that don't sit right. Truth, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But this is the sad part about it. Again, if you're not gonna be mentally and physically and spiritually prepared and even financially prepared, stop being irresponsible. Sad that another baby done lost their life, and it's because of not just the system, but these fucked up ass parents that didn't think to say, my child is more important than this drug money. My child is more important than me trying to do this. Killed my soul yesterday. That was another reason why I couldn't even do nothing yesterday. For me to sit here and cry, I don't care if I don't know the damn. It's the fact that a child was harmed and a child lost their life behind this negligence, behind people just being negligent and irresponsible. I couldn't do it yesterday. See, right now, I'm almost on spaz mode. Because if I had my way in some of these situations, I would do something that somebody else would fail to do. Get you up out of here quick. You don't deserve no second chance at life when the person that was just born into this world didn't even get a chance to live life because of you. Let this be a message to those who need to hear it. If you're going to be irresponsible, just expect a whole bunch of madness to come behind it. You ain't going to have no easy days on earth when you know you just got rid of something that came from you. Not going to have no good days when, again, you allowed your blessing to basically be destroyed. My prayers go out to that young baby and all these young babies and all these young kids who were failed by the system, failed by their parents. My heart and my condolences go out to all of them that need it. Because again, this is something that nobody should ever have to worry about. God damn it. My bad, y'all. Fuck. Give me 1 second. And I'm sorry, y'all. I really feel that that's sad. That here it is, another loss of life. And a loss of life because of ignorance, sheer self-hate, and no regards for life at all. I believe once you harm the most precious gifts that are given to you, ain't nothing good gonna come your way. And that's my view and opinion on it. And there are a lot of y'all who are going to suffer some real dark days behind the decisions that you made, decisions that you might make. Because again, we're not always going to just account this with mental health. You should know right from wrong when it comes to your damn children. You should know that if you're doing certain things, even if it is illegal, my child's safety is the most important thing, just like my safety is the most important thing. Danielle, what's going on, baby? Shit don't make no sense. None whatsoever. Jewel, what's going on, baby? You know, and I really find that that's sad. Again, not even a year old, y'all. Like, not even a year. You mean to tell me you didn't get a whole year on this earth because of these negligent ass people? Come on, man. Oh man, there's so many different cylinders and parameters to attack. We can sit here all day with this, but we really shouldn't. Again, that shouldn't even be allowed. And watch, y'all both locked up, right? You're both in separate jails. So guess what? You're both going to have different dark days. Because guess what? There are people in jail who don't take too well and too kind to hearing specific things. When it's harm coming to a child or a child's death is because of you, they ain't trying to hear that. The same thing with the sexual attacks. They ain't trying to hear that. See, the one thing I can say is that, yeah, prison and jail might not be what it is and they ain't glorified. But I can honestly say I respect whoever is in there because those ones are going by a specific code. We got in jail because we did harm to adults. We didn't do harm to kids. We didn't do this. We didn't become sexual predators or none of that. There's really killers and rough ones in it for doing crimes because again, street shit. And even those got an old rule and regulation. No kids to be harmed, no women be harmed, and no elders. So what you think gonna happen when they find dude that stabbed up that lady and he get locked up? You don't think somebody she might have family that could be in there, got the word, got the wind on it. That could be your fucking life too. There's a lot of y'all who are doing shit and you will not face up to your damn you won't face up to it. But the longer you take to do so, or the more you keep on trying to run and hide, it's gonna get worse on you. Trust me when I tell you that. It's gonna be a lot of dark days for that parent and both parents actually. Because again, now let's see if you're gonna be able to go through this revolving door again. You're not. And honestly, if she wasn't pregnant during that incarceration, or if they would have just not even granted her whatever and kept the ass in jail, guess what? That baby would have had a chance to survive because once she would have had that baby, they would have handed that baby over to somebody or they would have handed them over to the system. Don't make no sense. So, yeah, this baby was failed not just by the system, but was failed by miserable, irresponsible parents. Damn, damn, y'all try to keep yourself safe out there, sis. We just got nothing but rain and we got nothing but rain and it's not even really windy. And it's not cold. It's just wet and damp everywhere. But for those who might be in the area where y'all getting them storms, try to keep yourself safe. Midwest, Ohio, wherever. Make sure y'all keeping yourself safe and also make sure you got everything you need. And that's sad. I really I forget, I teared up yesterday behind that. Because again, that's a baby that's not even getting a chance at life. Didn't even get their first steps, like 9 out of 10. Probably didn't have their first baby steps, talk, none of that. That baby not even gonna be able to grow into whatever it could grow into because of these parents. And again, once you cause harm to a child, you shouldn't see the light of day ever in life again. Because if they didn't get a chance to see another day in life, you shouldn't either. That's my view and opinion on it. You shouldn't have no leniencies, no freedom, no none of that. Yeah, yeah, that ain't nothing different from the cities. Come on now. That ain't nothing different from the city that we in there. Come on now, New York be 1 minute is sunny, next minute is snowing, next minute is raining, next minute is cold. But again, everybody try to keep themselves safe in them areas, especially I know some of them were getting these little disturbances and stuff now. Apparently they said something about we got a lunar eclipse or solar eclipse, one of the two. But they've been talking about this the last couple days. But even still, some of y'all, I know it's still what spring. It was about the springtime now, but you still getting winter like weather. So try to keep yourself prepared at all times, and again, keep yourself healthy. Be safe while you're doing something. But this is the problem again. And again, I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna bring in life into the world and you're not gonna be responsible, and that life ends up losing it because of you, you don't deserve to see the light of day again. You don't deserve forgiveness. You don't. 'Cause how could you actually harm the most precious blessing that was given to you? So I'm saying, you you failed miserably when you allow your kid to fall under those circumstances. Not a real parent. Definitely not no responsible human being. Because again, if you could think about everything else outside of what you need to think about, which is your children, their safety, something definitely wrong with you up there, and you need the help too. It's not easy being a parent, but it shouldn't be so difficult neither. It shouldn't be difficult for you to make the right decisions and call it on the fly, especially when it is dealing with the safety of you and yours. Shouldn't take a rocket scientist to say I can't be around certain things if I know my child's immune system isn't strong enough yet. How do I expect my child to be in an area where there's nothing but strong fumes and gas, or they're in an area where if in the event they inhale the wrong way, they take in too much of whatever chemicals around them, it could hurt them. Sweet Liz, what's going on, baby? Yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same thing, Danielle. But that's because they want to make this a whole big ass event. And it's really nothing. To some people, it's something, but to others, it ain't. Damn, it really started pouring down rain. Ain't going outside, y'all. I ain't gonna never be able to make it to the store, baby. I'm glad I got everything else I need, baby. Drop the link in case anybody want to chime in on this topic. But again, it has to come to a certain point in your life where you have to start making responsible and careful decisions. And if you're gonna be irresponsible, just expect to be responsible because now guess what? You can't turn the hands of time. You can't prevent that baby from being born. The only thing you can do is try to be the best upstanding parent that you can be. You don't gotta be no goody two shoes, but at least be the most upstanding parent that you can be. I know people that you would consider hood buggers that are the greatest parents right now. Yeah, they might still be moving the way they moving, but they not allowing their kids to be harmed. They're not allowing their kids to be amongst certain things. And they'll break down things that need to be broken down, especially the kids old enough to understand. So I can respect those who are actually doing what's needed. Well, if that happens, hey, it is what it is. We know some of these eclipses, though, they is different shit. But in the same token, for those who might be a part of that event, yeah, be safe, and I mean safe as far as everything. Like, oh yeah, and be careful because some of y'all want to buy these um solar or these lunar glasses or whatever the case is, right? Um, you got people out here making bootleg glasses. So make sure, even if you're getting something from offline, that it's official. And it's sad that we still in a world where nobody can say, you know what, let me try to do something honestly. Everything got to be a scam and a quick come up. Nah, but it's the truth though. Real as you laughing, but it's truth. They got a they got bootleg ass glasses. They just was talking about this yesterday. They were saying if you buying anything offline, especially if you are going to be a part of that event, make sure that these is proper and official glasses and not, not knockoffs. They already done showed what the official glasses look like and what the knockoffs look like. When the knockoffs, you could tell they knockoffs. So again, in that same token, you gotta be mindful of everything. People are scamming like I like nothing. And they're getting craftier and craftier. But for those who have their thing on lock to a degree, you'll know when something is fraudulent or when something is coming across because you'll notice when you either get that notification or you get a specific call from that branch of whatever, and they tell you, well, we see these type of activities are going on. We just want to make sure it ain't you. That's a whole fact right there. That's a whole fact right there, Daniel. You're not lying. And this is what I'm saying. For real, you have to again start being more more visual and more careful on even the simplest decisions you make in your life, man. I would say to the people who need to hear this, it is time for y'all to start living your lives and also focus on the most important things in life. You got children, prime example. The importance of that is making sure your children are safe, making sure they got a roof over their head, clothes on their back, food in their stomach, education in their minds. That should be your responsibility. And just making sure they at least come up to at least be some form of outstanding citizen or just a good citizen. Doesn't matter. But this is my thing. I feel nobody who, even if it was just one of their children that got harmed and lost their life, nah, y'all should not be responsible for anything else, or your rights should be taken away. Even if you decide you get out and you decide you gonna try to do it again, no. See, there's a reason why you do certain things. Like prime example, there's some people who try to hide pregnancies or they try to go elsewhere to go have their babies because they know the minute that these people know they having a kid, guess who's gonna be coming right in and snatch them kids up, which is the safest thing to do. If you know, prime example, this person is having drug problems out the yin yang and they ain't responsible, not even taking care of themselves, how do they expect to take care of a baby? That's why they do what they do. I knew somebody who was trying to hide a pregnancy and couldn't hide it. Every time you had a baby somewhere, somebody was right there collecting your child up. So that right there, no mother or father would want to have to go through. So why put yourself through that when you could just be responsible? Just something to think about for the day. Even for those who might be new parents. Why put yourself through all that headache, torture, and pain when you could just do the simplest thing again, like just be responsible for your children? And see, like I said, at some points they are going to start doing that. See, like what they did with that parents. You see what they did with the parents of that boy. They not playing with y'all. They gonna make prime examples out of people, and it's not just our own that's gonna be an example made of. It's gonna be everybody being an example made of. Okay, well, this person was doing this. Yep, this one is on this list. Another thing I've seen, and I've seen this happen time and time and again, is some of y'all who really have to do your background research when you're getting with somebody or in a relationship with somebody. And I mean, actual, let me make sure you not on no registries. Let me make sure you don't have a past life that I don't know about. Let me make sure that you're just up to par, basically, before I do anything. Like, come on now. There's some of you women out there putting yourselves with these men, and these men are on registries, or they've been known and prone to do things along the line of violence and everything else along those lines of negligence. And you will still put yourself with that person because you quote unquote love that person so much, or because that person is making you feel adequate at that moment. Fucking crazy. Same thing with some of you men. You bringing the wrong people around your children. And look what the hell happened. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. That's the main thing. And you right, 755. That one thing is truth though. Um, again, have the research. Make sure everything is everything. Now, again, that child shouldn't have lost their life behind being around drugs. But again, what you was doing around your kid for your kid again to be unresponsive. And that's what I'm saying. When you have babies, their immune systems is not fully developed and strong yet. So there's going to be certain things, there's going to be certain places you can't be around with them kids because guess what? They will suffer one way or another. Yeah, yeah, you heard me again with the coffee. Yeah, yeah, you heard me again with the coffee. Well, at least I know I'm gonna be up for the day now. So, but again, why should these children have to suffer because of your negligence and your sheer stupidity? And I don't care. I said what I said today. It's sheer stupidity when you're bringing life into the world and not trying to be responsible, taking care of it the right way. That's just stupid. And you setting yourself up for a crime that when it's all said and done, you ain't gonna get no slap on the wrist. No, you're both going to suffer one way or another. You're both are going to suffer. Spiritually, you're gonna suffer because you're gonna feel that fucking pain every time you got to think about that child not being here. That's gonna eat you up, brother. You think you're the toughest soul or not? Shit will eat you up, man. Do right. And again, some of you are blessed to bring kids into the world where you have people out there, prime example, who can't have kids naturally. They either got to deal with that artificial insemination or they got to deal with adopted, prime example. This is another reason why some of these kids are being failed too. Some of these kids are not even being born into these families. They're being adopted. But then in the same token, they're going through the same peanut butter and jelly madness they would have been going through a damn group home or something like that. Yeah, James, we said coffee. Don't worry. We got the big cup. We got the big cups. But it's sad. And then the same people will be looking for sympathy. They're gonna be looking for sympathy because they think the people are gonna no, nobody's feeling that. You had an opportunity to grow, watch your child grow, and this is what it is. Damn shame though. Chef, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, James, I need the big cup. Yeah. Now I've been slightly dozing off again. And what kind of content creator would I be nodding off on the people? Matter of fact, let me nod off real quick. All right, I'm up. I'm up. Can't do that. But no, on a real serious tip again, and this is for people who need to hear it. If you're not going to be responsible in any way, shape, or form, don't get into these type of activities. Don't put yourself in these positions. Just like I was saying a while back, there's some of you who want to still blame and point fingers. You cannot point fingers when it's solely your decision on the things you're doing. That's like for you ladies right now. If you out here giving up the box to everybody, guess what? You can't sit here and blame every person that been inside you. You can't blame anybody else. You can only blame yourself because you're allowing it to happen. And it's the same way with you fellas. You out here slinging real old world and unprotected. When something happens 9 months later, you better be prepared for that. Whether this is a person you rather to have a child with or not, you better start being prepared. Stop being selfish. Because again, these kids are not asking to be born. What the hell, man? Oh no, I'm a snore, James. Watch this. Crack. No, but you know, you come on there. You know, again, we know it's not easy, but in the same token, it shouldn't be that difficult either. Just making sure your child is safe at all times is the most important thing as a parent. Making sure that they're safe and keeping a roof over their head is the most important thing too. Come on now. Yeah, don't worry, 755. You get some of this corn. Oh shit. Shout out to myself. I'm the coffee plug today. I think I just overdid it with the sugar. Yep. I'm about to have a definite sugar rush in the next hour. And for those who was looking for me yesterday, again, I apologize. I did have something I was going to do, but between all those stories, and then I ain't gonna lie to you, I actually slept. Hey, none of y'all ain't even see me in the streets yesterday at all. Not even on these YouTube streets. And your boy was in here KO most of the damn day. I was supposed to at least try to do some music, couldn't even do that. When I got up, I still was in the little eerie stage. And I appreciate the person who contacted me on the back end and actually got me back to some sort of stability because I'm still mad behind that. I'm still mad that an 8-month-old baby didn't get a chance to live life because of these poor ass parents and this poor ass decision and that poor ass system that failed. Everybody failed that child. When a child loses their life, especially during that, everybody's to blame. Everybody. I've been sipping since 6:39. I ain't mad at you, shoot. And again, I know you probably in the bushes right now, serious, but again, I appreciate you, baby. Working harder than this damn rain on my damn Tuesday off, baby. But you know, we gotta come to that conclusion. Again, when it comes to that, nah, all rights and everything else should be taken away. Because there's just gonna be, I'm gonna just be honest with you. There are certain crimes that are being committed that there is no rehabilitation for. I don't care if you try to push it and say that it can, it's impossible. It is impossible. Because look what just happened, prime example. This dude was locked up, prime example, for stabbing somebody a long time ago. But apparently you get the revolving door to a degree too. You did some time, but then you came home to do the same exact thing. There's just going to be some people you can't rehabilitate. Those people need to be locked away forever. I'm sorry, because if they don't value life, not even their own, why should they be amongst the people? And anytime again we got men and women that are doing specific crimes along those natures again, you're harming elderly folks that can't fully defend themselves. You're shooting and harming at kids and teens that can't really defend themselves. Y'all don't need to be a part of a fucking society. Y'all need to be on the island. My opinion on that. You don't need to be a part of society. No, they need to drop your asses off somewhere on the island and keep you there. Let y'all go for the survival of the fittest, basically. Half of y'all wouldn't even survive because you wouldn't even know how to do the simplest thing like create a fire. But you would create a fire and do some bullshit that's going to cost you your life and cost somebody else theirs. Make it make sense, man. This is why, again, it is important. And for some of y'all that feel y'all might have problems, they have parenting courses. When you feeling on certain things, guess what? You still got a mother and father, or you got both. Sit down and have a talk with them. They raised you, right? We know shit ain't gonna be easy, but guess what? They raised you, and they made it seem like it was so easy to raise you. How hard is it for you to sit down and say, "Yo, pops, I need a little advice on this. Moms, I need advice on this real quick." How hard is that? Commander, baby, moo moo. Again, why bring kids into the world if you're not prepared to do anything for them? That's a question that you should ask yourself if you don't have kids yet. And if you already got one, again, you should be having that question in your mind too. Am I going to be prepared to take care of another mouth right now? Am I going to be prepared to do this? Whether I'm by myself or not, am I going to be prepared for this on all levels? And if you're not prepared and you feel that way, then you need to make a decision quick. Just that simple. I'm tired of hearing stories like that because I honestly wish I could put my hands around these people's necks. Because what the hell were you thinking? Again, we have some people that are just cold-hearted and evil. We've seen it. Look at some of the stories we got of these parents that are basically loss of life with their children. Some of them you could tell off the rip they got mental health crises. And again, fellas, be careful of who you laying down with and putting kids into. When something don't seem right, stop right then and there. Same thing with you women. When something don't seem right when you with somebody, stop while you're ahead. Y'all gotta start remembering red flags again. When shit don't seem right, you gotta move away from it. Or you gotta analyze what you need to analyze and then make a critical decision. Period. Ain't no love in the world gonna make me disown, discredit, or just neglect my child. Period. That's just my personal opinion on it. But that should be something that everybody should be thinking about. I'm not going to allow my child to fail. I'm not going to allow my child to just be thrown out to the wolf pack or anything along those lines. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to do everything I can as a parent to make sure my kid is getting the proper education, the proper everything. No, not spoil them, but they're going to make sure, I'm going to make sure they're good. Again, it may not be easy, but it's not that hard neither. Again, you got to be willing. You got to be willing to put in that time and dedication regardless. And if you ain't prepared on that level, then do yourself a favor. Don't put yourself in that damn hot fire. That's all I can really say for the day. And again, prayers go out to that baby, go out to the other relatives that might be affected behind that death. And that goes for anybody. Prayers go out to that family, that 29-year-old that lost his life Sunday night. Prayers to anybody who's been a victim of circumstance. So all the innocent bystanders, may your families have some form of healing. I know some of y'all are still dealing with stuff, even if it didn't just recently happen. You're reliving that same day every day. And that's something that people fail to realize. There are some people who are going to relive that tragic day every day in their mind. Because you basically just took a piece of whatever comfortability and stability they had. It's time to stop thinking reckless, start moving more proper. This message, hopefully today, will wake up some people. Again, we're going to have to start holding people like that accountable. If you know there's certain things that are needed to be done, you need to do them. Or band up and do it together. We can't keep allowing fear, ignorance, and just sheer hate to keep dividing us. Especially when we know we need to stand up on what's right. No children should ever have to worry about being shot or losing their life behind that type of negligence. And I hope this message gets out to those, whether you young parents or you're not parents yet. Again, think about what was said today. If you're not prepared for that hellfire, if you're not prepared to be responsible on either angle, don't just be sitting out here giving it up all crazy. Because you're still going to have to live with the circumstance that, again, once there's a child born, you have to be responsible for it. And on that note, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to revisit. I'll definitely revisit this. If it's not later tonight, I'll definitely revisit it tomorrow. Mostly just want to come in and chime in with the people. I know some of y'all ain't even see me in the streets yesterday like that. But nonetheless, your boy good. Just definitely needed that time too to just not just properly rest physically, but mentally. Only because, again, stories like that trigger me like hell. Got to start doing better. Harry, what's going on, my guy? We got to start being better and we got to start thinking better. And again, for those who are civilians and know or think that their children being abused, neglected, or it could be worse, y'all need to open your mouths and say something. Longer you sit back and just allow things to happen, you're just as responsible as the people that are harming the ones now. Because you're not making that damn strive to say, nah, these children need better. They deserve better. And they ain't asked to be here. But if you're going to bring them here, do what's right for them. So I could really tell you, do what's right for them. We missed you too, Danielle, baby. And healing prayers to those who need it right now, especially those who are part of this collective. Some of them are going through some stuff right now. And again, make sure you get yourself straight. Your health is more important than you know. We still gonna be here. We still gonna be giving the good vibes. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do. So you download the app and follow because yeah, we got some good vibes over there as well too. The link is definitely in the chat. You know, definitely good vibes over there. Um, no interruptions. I feel like I'm free to say and do whatever to a degree. I still got to follow certain guidelines, but that's almost everywhere you go. And don't worry, there is no hate speech, there is no judgments, no nothing. Same thing like I'm doing over here, speaking to the people the way I'm supposed to, without no interruptions. But this was a good talk and discussion today for the people. And again, hopefully for those who are out there catching this replay or even sharing this out, again, take heed to the message today. We need to, again, stop just solely focusing on ourselves and focus on everything around us. Because almost everywhere you look, there's a damn danger. Right now, as we speak, there could be a child being abused, neglected, or possibly losing their life because of the negligence. When we see negligent shit even like that, we need to start standing up on that. When we see things that we know for a fact ain't right, we need to start standing on it. When we keep just sitting back and allowing it to happen, it will continue to happen. Gotta decide what's important in life. And yes, it is important to be safe. It is important to also be well educated. But we gotta stand up. We can't continue to allow these type of tragedies to continuously happen within the communities. And then that'll be the first thing. Well, we didn't know, and oh well, we never seen signs of these people always look like you can't just go by an appearance. You gotta dig deep. That's just like you looking at a book. It might look interesting, but how would you know if it's interesting or not if you don't pick up and read, or if you don't pick it up? That's what we need to do. Start picking up ourselves, our spirits of fighting, and get back to that. Again, that 8 month old did not deserve to lose their life. Just like that young boy didn't deserve to get shot in his hip. Just like that young man didn't deserve to get shot in his hip and lose his life at the hospital. There's a lot of different things, and some of it is coming back to what I said before. We have to start neutralizing some of that gun violence. People want to get mad, and you can't get mad when people are getting sick and tired of having to lose life or innocents losing life because of stupidity and because of ignorance and because of hate. It's time for y'all to change that up, man. Start bringing back our communities where we were supposed to bring them back to. Seeing some of y'all cry about the outsiders doing damage, but what about the people that's already local and been here? You gotta hold them accountable as well too. Nonetheless, I'm gonna definitely revisit this. There's a few other things I wanted to discuss going along these lines, but it's too much to deal with right now. And honestly, like I said before, I feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So let's at least prepare for the worst, so we can also be prepared for the positive that's going to happen after everything. You got to get right, man. And if you think it's right for a child to be abused, neglected, There's something seriously wrong with you. I said what I said for the day, and I meant that. If you think that is cool, there's something wrong with you. And don't be surprised if at some point something bad don't happen on your end. Gotta do better, y'all. But yeah, let me get myself prepared, figure out this lunch. For those who haven't followed me again, the link is in the chat. Definitely download and support your boy. I'm gonna definitely be back in the building around 6. We're gonna have the good vibes as always. And again, I could be back tonight with a discussion, but if not, we're gonna finish discussing tomorrow morning. For those who might have just been coming in, y'all can catch the replay definitely. And again, share this out. Because at some point, that message is going to hit the right people. And when it do, that'll be even greater for us. Because now they'll start to see that not everybody is thinking the same way. Not everybody is going to think on that level of irresponsibility and negligence. We just trying to make sure we safe while we are living our lives the way we see fit. Yeah, let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. Always a blessing to bring sun to the people. And again, we gonna keep having these talks. I could bring back something tonight, but if not, I'll definitely do it tomorrow night. Hey, yo, Harry, if you want to talk about that too, when I drop the link tomorrow night or whenever, I got you, bro. You pop in and give your view and voice your opinion on that. Oh no, I know that, Harry. Trust me, I know that. We, as the people in the community, got to come back and start building ourselves and building our communities back to that glory that we had. Again, no child should have to ever worry about a neglectful parent or even a neglectful community. We got to start bringing back them safe zones. We got to start bringing back what we need. We need to start bringing back that spirit again of fighting on the right cause. Are we ever going to move past a certain situation when we keep allowing the same situations to keep occurring? Viral, what's going on, baby? And again, we know there's certain things that we're not going to get help with as a community. But within the people in that community, y'all should be able to come together and put your views, your options, and everything else on that line so we can have something greater and better. And we're going to have to start holding some of these adults accountable for the shit they're doing. Because again, how do we expect these kids behind us to learn anything when we got adults teaching them the bullshit? Y'all let me know when I said something wrong. But I don't think I did. I said what needed to be said today. And this is coming from the soul. This ain't coming from nowhere else. This is just coming from the soul. There's just some things that your soul should just feel off the rip is wrong, and you need to just start following that. If you're not prepared to be responsible in life, don't bring life into the world. If you could barely take care of yourself, how do you expect to take care of a child? Liz, what's going on, baby? And that's a question again, whether you have kids, whether you don't have kids. That should be a question that sits in your mind. If I could barely do certain things now, how do I expect to do that for another mouth? How do I expect to feed another mouth when I could barely feed myself? Something that need to be said. And again, I'm going to revisit this because again, when it comes to this type of crime and this type of injustice, everybody's at fault. Again, that 8-month-old is not going to be able to live a full life because of those situations I just spoke about. Not just the system failed them, the parents failed them. If anybody was around them that knew what was what, they failed that child too. Tired of hearing stories like that. Tired of hearing. Gotta really start holding people accountable, especially when they the same ones that are messing up the community. Nobody might not want to hear this. She's gonna hear it. It's gonna be coming from me. You might not like what's being said. You might not like the one that have the fact of saying it. It's something that you need to accept. It's something that you need to realize. We are only we are only as strong if we are all in the same working unit. We are always going to be divided when everybody decides they don't want to stand on that right action. But yeah, um, let me definitely get myself prepared. Again, for those who might have just been tuning in, if you do see that link, make sure you following your boy on Clapper because we'll be bringing some stuff over there as well too. That I know these people over here don't want me to bring, and I ain't gonna waste my time. But before we get up out of here, though, before we get up out of here, because you know I don't care, but I care. Oh, new drop for the trolls.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
You know I'm always gonna have some BS behind me. You know that already. Oh man, you know you was gonna get how to have fun. I know how to have fun and be real with it. Oh man, don't be laughing. Look, you coming out the shadows laughing. Look at you, coming out the shadows laughing. Oh, I think I got a new drop too for them too when they come in here. Hold on, I got it. I told y'all to take my advice months ago and you didn't listen. Well, now you're gonna have to listen to this man right here. Oh man. But again, for those in the city, hopefully y'all keeping yourselves dry throughout this wet weather. Whether you at work or whether you dealing with the family, keep yourself straight. Again, for those who are just coming in, the link is right there. Again, make sure you download that app and follow your boy. I will definitely be back in the building at 6. Um, we gonna wild out. I'm gonna be all in the crates, baby. What was creepy as hell? Oh, you talking about this one? This was creepy? Hold on. No, it's not. Oh man. Yes. I'm being prepared for all the war today. Don't worry. Serious, you should have known this already. I told all of y'all to take my damn advice. Ain't none of y'all listen. I know word somewhere still in the shadows too. I told his ass too to take my damn device. 755, you part of this too. Told y'all weeks ago to take my damn device. Don't nobody listen. So now everybody gotta get this work. Everybody gotta get this work today. And before I get up out of here again, let's have some fun. Come on now. They probably gonna send me an email. Oh, your video not gonna be monetized. I don't care because you ain't monetizing me anyway. Even if I thought to go back footage, I ain't gonna remonetize me. So don't hit me with no emails on some bullshit because I'm not gonna listen to it. Yeah, I'm talking to you high ups today. Don't hit me with no emails like I care about this. I don't be caring about that because again, that's not my sole focus. You can send all the emails you want. Oh, matter of fact, hold on. Oh, are you good? Hold on 1 second, y'all. No, I had to get up anyway. Hold on 1 second. We back in here, baby. Hey, I smell an email coming. I know. But hey, I had to give the people what I had to give them. Some good old laughs. But again, hopefully y'all shared this out, and hopefully somebody did get something out of this. Again, I will be back. I will be back again at 6 o'clock, 6:30 the latest, depending if the Wi-Fi don't start tripping. But again, hopefully y'all follow me over there, and again, come enjoy the vibes. Come see what it really is over there. Oh, you was trying to work here? Oh, no. Oh, don't worry. All right. Well, this is what I was working with too. But yeah, let me get up out of here though. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in again. Share this video out. Share this live out. Um, we are not going to stop until we actually start getting progressive change one way or another. And if it's do these talks, so be it. Glad to be a part of it. Let me get myself together lunch wise. I smell taco burritos everywhere, but it's all right. It's all right. For those who might be on the road or might be out and about, keep yourself safe as always, especially on the road. Keep yourself safe, especially in the areas where it's raining or it could still be possibly snowing. Um, just be careful of your surroundings and everything else. And again, if you was blessed to see another day, hey, give your praises where it's due and just try to do the best you can do. But yeah, let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I can do is give you real topics and real bills. I ain't messing with you, James. James done started up his madness already and the club ain't even open. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, see, now you got to get one of these too, James. See, look. See, I was trying to be on your side.
Motherfucker.
Oh, man. Nah, well, hopefully y'all enjoyed yourselves. And again, I know I'm getting an email soon. I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it. I'm sorry because I'm being a good content creator and I'm trying to also make sure that the people enjoy the content and also have fun. You want to be tight asses. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be even more tight ass. Don't worry. Oh man. One more game before we get up out of here.
Motherfucker.
But yeah, let me get up out of here. Yeah, I'll stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.